Last video was about signs of overstimulation. This video is going to be about how to recover from overstimulation, or at least what works for me. In order to recover best from overstimulation, it's important to know your senses. Which of your 5 physical senses are the very most sensitive? Recovering from overstimulation for you is going to mean limiting or significantly reducing input to those particular physical senses that are most sensitive for you. What works for you could be different than what works for me, but here are some things that work for me. First and foremost, bringing in positive thought patterns. Patterns like, I will feel better. You know, maybe I don't feel great now, but I'm gonna feel better. It's gonna be better. I'm gonna feel better. I have all the time that I need. I have as much time as I need. Slowing down will restore me. I'm gonna feel better after I slow down. I'm gonna feel better soon. I've been through this before. I've gotten through this just fine. I'm gonna find my way back to balance. I'm learning every time. I'm learning how to care for myself better, and it's gonna be better in the future. The number one thing is slowing down. And that might mean that, you know, for me, I've gotta really seriously look at my to-do list and remove anything that isn't absolutely essential or reschedule it for another day. Recovering from overstimulation is best done by living in a mindful way rather than rushing through life. I know easier said than done sometimes. Slowing down is essential, and being radically honest with yourself about anything that you might be doing or try to do that isn't necessary. You know, if there are social engagements that are not absolutely necessary, cancel them. If there's tasks you're doing around the house and they're not necessary, you know, cancel them. And anything that you can do to reduce your to-do list and approach what does need to be done, like the everyday tasks of life, in a slow and mindful way. For me, recovering from overstimulation, it helps when I tackle sort of the backlog, like little things that have sort of built up during a busy time that I've said, oh, I'll do that later when I get time. Things like maybe you fold the laundry and you notice there's a bunch of socks missing and you throw all the unmatched socks in a bin or something like that. That stuff sort of like builds up in our field or in our subconscious. And for me, like actually, even though I might be overwhelmed, like taking that moment to find the backs of my earrings or match the socks or do the little things, respond to that friend's email that I haven't gotten to, or whatever the little things are, that really helps me. Consuming less content is very helpful, as well as selecting what content I am consuming in order to focus more on individuals who have more of a calming energy, much more of a calming energy or calming voices. I heard a tip in another video that said when you're overstimulated, it can be helpful just to revisit content that you're already familiar with, so you're not taking new information into your field. I think that's very beneficial. Having identified particular content or creators that resonate for you when you're overstimulated, who have that particular type of energy that is balancing for you. Like if you're visually sensitive, maybe just having a movie on but not watching it and just like listening, reducing what you're taking in. Shutting doors, turning off lights. Simple, but very, very beneficial. Even showering in the dark, door closed or door mostly closed in your office, turn off the lights, this kind of stuff, just creating the calmest environment that you can. Disabling notifications. This is extreme. If you don't do this, you're gonna regret it. If any part of you can disable notifications, no text notifications, no messenger. If you have to leave your phone ringer on or something, absolute lowest volume. Going to bed earlier, that seems to be helpful for me rather than sleeping in. Are you giving yourself time for more sleep? Ample time, ample time. Engaging in deep rest protocols. There's tons of videos on deep rest. Even just wearing an eye mask or sitting and breathing for even a minute with your eyes closed, that can be beneficial. For me, wearing actual earplugs, it's essential for me, absolutely essential for recovering from overstimulation. Even though you can still hear a little, just cutting out those background sounds, the fans, stuff like that, that helps so much. Noise canceling headphones with nothing playing in them, that can be very beneficial too. It helps me to sort of take the long way around, to avoid high traffic areas or areas where there's a lot going on, taking the stairs instead of elevators, walking on the outside of the city rather than like right through the center of a parking lot or city. Avoiding high traffic areas, including digital high traffic areas like chat places or social media. Going into a place where there's not a lot of input, like a room where there's not a lot of furniture, sitting in a closet even, or your car. Going somewhere that's very, very calm, very, very, very quiet, your own personal deprivation space. Taking a shower in the dark, again, can be very beneficial. Eyes closed, deep breaths, slow breathing, slowing down your breathing intentionally can be dramatically helpful. Even just the practice of slowing down, even if that's the only thing I do. For me, one of the things that helps the most is not talking. I call it going into silence. It's incredible how rejuvenating it is to me personally, just to choose not to talk. I've done it before for weeks where I only talk for work. Going for walks in the natural world, even if it's short, there's a lot of science to support this, that seeing the horizon like move as we walk through it is actually extremely beneficial for balancing and regulating the nervous system. Anywhere sort of outside that's relatively calm, actually walking and just not listening to anything, just no technology, just being present. If you can see the leaves, you know, kind of shimmering on the tree, or little animals, just observing the nature, it is extremely helpful to just notify people. Tell people, listen, I'm feeling really overwhelmed right now. I'm gonna need some time to myself. I'll let you know when I'm feeling better. I won't be answering messages during this time. Putting a vacation responder on email. It may take longer than usual for you to receive a response to my email. So notifying people helps a lot. For me, it's helpful to increase grounding foods and simple eating, to eat slowly and to avoid chemicals and stimulants. And the final thing is staying away from high stress people, high drama people, and high drama situations. Just consciously choosing not to engage with anything dramatic or stress inducing. I hope that you liked today's video. Thank you for watching. May your recovery go very easily. May you feel so much better soon. Many blessings and namaste.